thing is, and the luxury for the NRL is you've got 2 teams with all of the best players in the country playing.
Yeah.
We can't do that in AFL unless we go East versus West, where no one who cares about
no one
that.
barracks for that.
So you could have like the most recent one was South Australia versus Victoria, the MCG. You're going to get a big crowd.
I reckon you get a big one at Adelaide Oval if you did that.
Oh, huge. But I think it's something you could probably do periodically.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that you can do every year. And if you can't have all teams playing. So that is the real issue for
Actually,
AFL
if we did
footy.
have State of Origin now, the WA team would be bloody scary.
It would be.
The WA team would be the one you wouldn't want to play.
And you get a little bit in the media, people talking about teams.
Yeah.
I reckon it would be great to select those teams.
I was thinking that too. Wouldn't it be great rather, like we may not have Origin games, but if there was still a WA team selected every year.
Well, you pick an Australian or
Australian
team.
They don't play. There's enough debate about that.
Yeah, and there's
plenty
of passion. Yeah, you're right. You put those players, and especially because there has been a void for a few years, pick the best Western Australian, South Australian. It'd be very interesting to have a look at the strengths of each team.
Now, I mentioned earlier in the introduction of the show, you played 4 games for Tasmania and you brought in a little something because we're now on video here.
It is a
Look
little
at
something.
this. It's a that is Alastair Lynch's. What game do you think that is? That's your map. The map.
I'm thinking that's probably 1989.
Okay.
Yeah, so
check the sponsor too.
Is that number 10? Because
number 10?
I'm pretty sure Doug Barwick was number 11.
Okay.
Oh, kick it a country mile, Dougie.
Yeah.
I'd play.
So that's Woolen. I tell you what, it took some finding. I was scratching around today trying to find it.
Yeah.
Had no idea where it was, but
that
found
is a
it.
beautiful football jumper. What did it mean playing Origin though? When you got to play Origin for even a smaller state for Tasmania?
Oh, yeah, it was something that I loved. It was the biggest game that I'd played in outside of before my premiership in 2001. We were fortunate enough in...
So this is when Tassie played Victoria?
Yeah, we had a couple of years where we played Victoria, and it was a full house at North Hobart Oval. We managed to get over the top of the Victorian team, which... albeit it was pretty much a second team, but a full house. And I remember just the crowd going berserk, and we loved it. There was a photo on the front page of the Mercury, the local newspaper, the next day, with all the boys in the room celebrating. I wasn't in there because I was still on the ground because the ground was full of people, and I was just walking around catching up with mates, catching up with parents, that sort of stuff. No, it was huge. It was something that the Tassie boys, and I think all footballers love playing for their state, but just because it was happening every year there for a while, players were getting pulled out and having so-called injuries and not playing.